What it do? So check it out. The collective, which is the middle adults community at Hope that I pastor, we're in this teaching series called Better Call Paul. And yes, it's a play on the title TV series Better Call Saul. But more than that, it is designed to help us see our call or realize some things that we are called to do through the teachings of Paul. Thus the name Better Call Paul. Now, check it from Paul's origin. The first thing that we realize if we pay close attention is that Paul's conversion was not a solo journey. It wasn't, it couldn't have been. Because the same Jesus who confronted Paul while he was on his way to persecute Christians in Damascus is the same Jesus who saved him. And the same Jesus who saved him is the same Jesus who orchestrates a web of people to teach him his first lesson post salvation. That lesson is you need help or you need community. So Jesus surrounds him with companions to lead him by his hand to Damascus as he faces a frightening new reality of being blind. He sends to him Ananias to restore his sight. He serves him with disciples and situates him with Barnabas and Jerusalem believers, all to shape Paul's new identity and set him on new mission. So Jesus' first lesson to Paul post-salvation is, Paul, you need help, you need community, you need advocates, you need protectors, you need encouragers. And here you are trying to live out your life's calling in justifiable isolation. But Pastor Ricky, you don't understand. I have to isolate myself because of this, and I just have to do this alone because of that. Listen, all I am saying is Jesus' first lesson to Paul annihilates any justifiable reason that you can provide for doing life in isolation. And it annihilates that reason, which is nothing more than a glorified excuse to the degree of obliteration, because that's what we got to do. Listen and listen well. I fully understand that you have been Mephibosheth'd on. Guess what? I too have been Mephibosheth'd on. Now, I also fully understand that it sounds like I just cussed you out, but I did. So let me quickly explain. Mephibosheth was Jonathan's son, Saul's grandson, whose care was entrusted to a nurse after both his father and grandfather died. But something happened. The nurse that was assigned and designated to care for him dropped him and caused him to become crippled. Listen, I know that just like me, you have been in situations where you have trusted people to care for you who only end up crippling you. And it creates this sense within you, within us, that says, I got to do everything by myself. I got this. But consider Paul's origin story, which can be summed up like this. Paul had to receive help before he could help somebody else. There were people in Paul's life who helped him write, R-I-G-H-T, his own story before he could write, W-R-I-T-E, the letters that help our stories today. To this end, as we move from isolation to community, Jesus has and will continue to surround us with people who help us, who carry us, who speak life into us, who take risks for us and celebrate us. Yes, this was Jesus' design for Paul that moved him from misaligned mischief to mature-minded mission. And yes, it's his design for us today. For though we are saved as individuals, we grow in community. So as it is, Paul in his many letters to Christian communities all over the ancient world, from Galatia to Corinth, from Thessalonica to Colossus, from Philippi to Rome, one of the truths that is revealed is the very first truth that he realized in his own story. No Christian walks alone. We all need help. There is this thought that stands in direct opposition of receiving help. It is a thought that is personally connected to being Mephibosheth on. For this thought says, I cannot receive your help because I don't want to be a burden. We have convinced ourselves that we have been dropped by people who were designated to care for us because we were a burden. And therefore, we are unwilling to receive help from others with this thought in mind. I just don't want to be a burden. And the biggest problem is we wear this thought like a badge of honor when the Bible dishonors it. Or the Bible disarms it and annihilates it to the very degree of obliteration. As Paul, fully inspired by the Spirit of Christ, says these words in Galatians 6:2. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. My calling, your calling, needs community, not isolation. We need community. God has called us to bear one another's burdens, to receive help from our community so that we can be helped within that same community and beyond. Let's get to this lesson of bearing each other's burdens in this Galatianship relationship. You're going to learn today.